So today we're going to be getting into setting up your table of contents for your presentation. If you never worked with the table of contents, it allows us to be able to access multiple pages or any page just by simply going to the table of contents and clicking on the link. To set this up, I've already set up my multiple pages that I have, my bio to my likes and dislikes, and I can see the actual images over on the left side, so I can make sure that I have all the pages necessary. But to set up our links, we first want to select in the area of text that we want to modify. You can see that I've broken my text into two separate text boxes. It just allows for more balance in the design layout. But I'm going to look to select over my bio and overview. And a couple different ways of setting up the link. I can either right click and go down to the link, and you'll notice that it will have, for a Mac, Command K. If you're on a PC, you can hit Control K. Or you can go up to Insert at the top navigation and click on Link. So again, when I select over the text, I'm going to right click, click on Link, and it's going to ask me for what slide I want to be able to use. I'm going to set it up to go to my next slide. We can see that's listed as next slide right down below. But when it comes into other slides, if you're looking to access, I previously already named my slides for other options. Because I don't have a title for my overview or bio, I know that it is the next slide, but I can also go by the slide number. So if I start to type in slide, and then it gives me the option of slide 1, 3, 4, 6, you can go specifically to a certain one, and it'll recognize, and if it has a title, it'll recognize the name and show you there. But I know that I want to go to slide number 3. So when I do click on my slide number 3, you'll see that the link now turns to blue. This gives an identifier that this is now set up for a link. And if I wanted to do a preview, I can click slideshow in the top right. You'll notice that when I hover over top of the option, it's showing the link connection. So when I click it, it automatically brings me to my slide. So this is what we want to look to do for each of our sections. I'm going to highlight over top of likes and dislikes. Again, we can right click, click on link. This time I want to go down to slide number 4. If I type in slide number 4, again, I know that I do not have a title for this page, so it's only going to come up as slide number 4. But when I click on it, again, it's showing us this blue link identifying that it is set up to work. Understand that you do not have to maintain the color scheme that is provided in the link section. We'll talk about that once I put in all my links, getting into more customization for your design. So I know I want to get my slide number 5 next. Again, I can right click, click link. And as I start to type in slide 5, you can see that it does list it as favorite, because the first thing I did label this was favorite things. I can click on this and it's automatically set up. Favorites part 2, again, we want to go down to slide number 6. So I can right click, slide 6, and it makes that correlation and connection to the slide. So we want to go through all options, make sure each slide is set up. Slide number 7 being the next one. Personality chart. And because I do have the personality chart the same label as the title of my slide, it automatically will make the correlation and connection to that slide. So make things a little bit easier once you do have titles on each of your slides and they correlate and connect to what your actual titles are. So I can automatically click on it right on slide 8. Again, I did customize a number of the titles, so it will not always work for every slide, but I'm going to right click. So I know slide 9 is my collage of images, and places is going to be my last slide. I go down to slide number 10. And again, it will recognize the overall area. Slide number 10, places I want to travel. So now that I do have this, just to preview, again, if I do want to be able to access a page, all I have to do is click on that link. Unfortunately, there is a limitation in this. If I click on a page, I can't get back to my presentation. And we're going to talk about how to create a home button so you can access any page that you're looking for. But before we do that, we're going to talk about customization. I myself don't like the bluish green color that's working on the text, so I'm going to look to select out all over top of the text of each text box, and I can modify the color scheme at the top navigation. I go up to the color text and click on white, and now I get a preview as white. I can also eliminate out the stroke if I don't like the stroke, or getting rid of the underline. If I want to create a little bit more attention on it, I can look to either bold it or add an italicized variation of the text just to create some interest and some difference from standard type. So to my knowledge, I know that these still work. If I highlight over top of them or go to select on one of them, they will still work just the same. It's just eliminating out the color scheme over top the text. So just for consistency purposes, again, maintaining a bold and italicized variation, but they all still work as their own separate links. You can see that as I click into each section, they show me the slide that they're going to go to. So again, previewing it just to test it out. Not selecting on any of the text, you do not see your cursor, the hand icon, but when I move my cursor over top of the icon, it will bring me over to that page. Finally, the last step that we're going to be taking a look at is creating a home button to get back to our table of contents. I'm going to go down to my first slide of my information, and we're going to look to place in an icon that can be representative of our table of contents. The simplest icon to use is just using a home button. If I want to place in a home button, I'm going to go up to top navigation and insert, image, and search the web. With search the web, we bring over Google on the right side. I'm just going to type in home icon, and just to be safe, I may want to type in transparent, just to eliminate out any color schemes that may ruin my design. So if I were to select out the first option, we see this little black home icon. I can click insert, and it's quite large, so I'm going to scale it down. We don't want this to be a distraction from the rest of the design, so I'm going to look to place this small in the corner of my object. People will recognize that this home icon will be representative of being able to access back to our main page. But we do not want to copy and paste it onto other pages until we set up the link. So again, I'm going to select on the object. Unfortunately, you cannot just right click and add link when it is not text. So if I want to create out that link, I'm going to right click or select on the object, and then we're going to go up to insert at the top navigation and click link, or again, remember Command K or on a Mac or Control K on a PC will bring up the link that you're looking for. So when I click on the link, I want to go back to my table of contents. If I start typing in table of contents because I've labeled that slide as table of contents, I click on slide number 2, table of contents, and now it is applied on top of this icon. Once I have this one icon, I'm going to look to bring this to other slides. I can hit Command or Control C to copy it, go down to my next slide, Command or Control V to paste it in. You can see that the link will stay with the graphic because we've already applied it onto it. So I go down to each one. Fortunately, sometimes you have a different layout for your design. So if I hit Control or Command V, paste it in, I can't really see this home. So I want to format this image. I'm going to go up to Format options at the top navigation. Go down to the third option, Recolor. You can see that they are all black icons, but if I want the white one, I know that that is the one that you can't see on this background, but one that still works and turns the object into a white home. So again, if I do have any black areas that have the slide icon, I can bring the white version or bring the black version over to my design. paste it in for all the black backgrounds, place in the white icon, and then again reselect on the black home icon and paste it in to the top right corner for my other slides. It just allows the viewer to understand that there's consistency within your layout, your presentation, that they will always be able to recognize and be able to access your table of contents very easily. So again, one last preview, just going through the process. If I click on the home button in the top right corner, it brings me back to my table of contents, and then I can go back to any page I want to, always being able to access the table of contents in the top right corner. So I could always jump forward using the arrow key to press forward to the next slide, but again, easily able to access my table of contents from the beginning. I hope this benefits you and your presentation skills. I'll see you next time. Have a good day.